get into this case of F around and find out, because he effed around and found out. Let's get into it. So this person right here decided that he wanted to become the devil on his frontier flight from Philly to Miami. And guess what? He effed around and found out, because he encountered the right one that was not playing with him, okay? He encountered Mr. Evans. Now, Mr. Evans was sitting in front of that man with his headphones on, looking out the window, enjoying the view, because the aircraft was getting ready to land in Miami, when some young ladies next to him kept looking back, and, it caught his attention. But before he, paid any attention to it, he said he did hear off and on a little bit through his headphones someone laughing, but he paid no attention to it because he thought they were either watching TV or just laughing with somebody in conversation. So the girls kept looking back, so that made him kind of pull his headset back to figure out what was going on. And that's when the young ladies kind of gestured them being uncomfortable to him, and he turns around and, asks the man, is he okay? Are you okay? And that's when he started to talk really demonic towards Mr. Evans right here, calling him immortal, minuscule man, and things like that. Just real evil things. And Mr. Evans was like, are you okay? This is weird. This is not normal, right? So he finally sits back down, puts his headsets back on, and then he decides to go to the restroom. Mr. Evans goes to the restroom, and before he goes back to his seat, he lets the flight attendants know, hey, this man behind me is tripping. He's making threats, and I'm letting you all know if something happens, I'm going to defend myself. And they stated, oh, we are aware of him. Just hit the call button and we'll be right there if anything happens. So he's headed back to his seat, and before he can properly get seated in his seat, the man is still talking crazy to him. So he says, hey, man, are you okay? What's wrong with you? I'm not on that. Chill out, things like that. The other man that I just showed you, the one who effed around and found out, that wanted to be the devil, he proceeds to hop up, put his forehead on Mr. Evans' forehead, and begin to choke him. And that's when Mr. Evans, let him know he was not the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, all the way to the 10. He was not the one, okay? They stated that on that aircraft during this fight,
family, on June 30th, on a Frontier flight from Philadelphia to Miami, mid-air, something unprecedented happens. Keanu Evans, a black American man, was on board flying to Miami when this guy of Indian descent started disturbing him, and this led to a physical altercation. The guy was threatening Keanu Evans, telling him he's a weak man, and he also threatened, to unalive him. And at some point he strangled Keanu Evans, and Keanu Evans retaliated, and that was the cause, for fighting mid-flight as the plane was trying to prepare for landing in Miami. And this brought mixed reactions online. And the funny thing is that most media stations reported Keanu Evans to be the perpetrator of the crime. And Keanu Evans recently did a post to just explain the whole situation, and people who reported this incident falsely, shame on them, because that was so wrong, because Keanu Evans was the victim of this offense. He actually went and reported to the flight attendants, and the flight attendants told him that they are aware of what is happening, and they told him that he should press the bell in case this happens again. They were aware. Keanu Evans was the guy who was being abused mid-flight. So family, I want you to watch this video as we just get to understand what happened mid-flight on June 30th from Philadelphia to Miami using the Frontier Airlines. Once the video is done, we will get back and do a critical analysis about the same. Let's watch this together, family.
I would like to take the time to clarify a few things. I'm getting many comments like the one above of people saying that I provoked that man during the flight. First thing first, Good Morning America, ABC News, they have the narrative wrong. That's not the truth. They didn't take the time to ask any witnesses who were close by and actually witnessed the real thing, what happened. They interviewed the two girls who were at the front of the flight who videotaped what happened from a distance, whose video went viral. They interviewed them. They didn't even see what happened. All they saw was the aftermath. They seen and heard commotion going on in the back, and then they start recording their phone after we're fighting. And you guys want to go with that narrative. I've been getting a lot of hate speech. I've been getting a lot of negative comments, but I'm also getting an overwhelming amount of support. And for everybody who does support and is taking the time to go down the rabbit hole and find the truth, thank you. ABC, Good Morning America, I wish you guys would reach out and actually get the true story. There's plenty of witnesses who were around me in the vicinity, and they posted their own testimony to social media, and it aligns with the story that I told WSVN and what happened. I was the one who got out of my seat and went to the restroom. I was the one who told the flight attendants about the disturbed man who was sitting behind me, because I was in the front seat and he was in the back seat, and I informed them that this man is giving me threats and he's saying things to me. Before I even got up out of my seat, I had my headphones on. I'm listening to music. I'm looking outside of the window, admiring the sunset, and I hear somebody faintly laughing behind me. I can't hear it that loud because my headphones are on, but he was laughing that loud that I could hear him faintly in my headphones. I thought it was just a normal person watching a movie on their phone, some kind of funny movie, and I paid it no mind. But the two young women who were sitting next to me, they kept breaking their neck to look back to see what he was laughing at and what was wrong with the guy. And after they multiple times kept looking back, it made me a little worried, so I took my headphones off and I looked at them, and they looked at me with concern about the person behind me. I turn around and I ask the guy, "Are you good?" And he starts doing that villainous laugh again. Ha 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 ha. You're nothing but a weak man, a mortal man, a puny man. Like, he's saying things like that to me, nobody else, to me. I didn't even know this guy was behind me the entire flight. I just start laughing about it because I think it's funny. I'm like, what's wrong with this crazy guy? Why is he talking to me like that? I just get up. I'm like, I go to the restroom and the flight attendants are right there. So I say, "Hey guys, there's a disturbed, deranged man behind me. He's giving me things like death threats and stuff like that. I'm just letting you know that if he puts his hands on me, like, I'm gonna defend myself." I tell them that. They're like, "It's okay. We basically already know about what's going on." They let me know that they were aware of him. And they told me to go back to my seat and press the button if he continues. So I do just that. I walk back to my seat. As I'm sliding back through the aisle to get to 18F, which is where I was sitting, he's jawing off at me again. "Oh, you weak man. You go to the restroom and you're looking at yourself in the mirror because you're just a weak man. If you challenge me, it will lead to your death and your destruction." He's saying evil things like this to me. And as soon as he starts jawing off again, I just get up, I press the button, and I turn around and I question him. I said, "Yo, what's your problem? I'm not with any of that demonic stuff that you have going on." And he gets up immediately. He puts his forehead on my forehead, face to face, and he grabs me with both of his hands and he starts to choke me. You guys are saying things, "Oh, if you're a man of God, why didn't you use your words? Why didn't you rebuke him?" What would you do if you were in a confined space on an aircraft and another stranger you don't know stands up and starts to choke you? I defended myself. I did what any rational person would do. Okay? I genuinely concerned for this man, Ashan. Whatever demon, whatever situation he was going through, I pray that man gets the help that he needs, because that is not okay. When is it okay to put your hands on another human being on a flight for no reason, unprovoked? I did nothing to him. I was minding my business the entire time. I was prepared for all the racist comments and the hate speech and things like that, and honestly, it doesn't faze me. The only thing that upsets me is that these news outlets are reporting false narratives and everybody is starting to run with it and believe it. Take the time. Go to WSVN on Instagram. Go on YouTube. Go to WSVN and search the news and listen to the story. There's a young woman named Melissa who was on the flight, and she was helping break up the fight. She was right there when everything happened, and she tells the entire story on her Instagram. I will tag her Instagram in the comments. Go watch it for yourself. Don't believe everything the news puts out. They just put out silly narratives without having the real truth behind the entire story. Thank you to everybody who's supported me. Thank you to everybody who's reached out to me with encouragement. You guys have been nothing but uplifting through this entire experience. Everything in my life just changed overnight. All because of this one incident. I don't condone violence. I don't condone things like that. But I also don't believe it's okay for another man to attack another man unprovoked. I don't believe in that. And I believe you have every right to defend yourself. And that's exactly what I did. You know, a lot of people want to hear more about the story and they want to know what's going on, but I'm honestly getting tired of this. Every day I've waken up and it's been more and more and more commotion and more people reaching out to me, and it's just getting overwhelming. So this is the last thing I'm just going to post about this story. I'm going to leave it at that. If you guys want something more in depth, then I may post something on YouTube at some point, but just stay connected to me. Follow my page, like my page, subscribe to my page, subscribe to my YouTube, whatever the case may be if you're looking for more. But right now, I just need some time and some space. So, hey, God bless you guys and take care.
I'm going to tell y'all, that video off of Frontier Airlines where that brother Keanu Evans tore that man out the frame, I ain't never been more proud of to be a black man in America in my fucking life. And even on Mr. Evans, is it Keanu or Keanu? Even on Keanu or Keanu's page, Luis Rodriguez, we know he probably don't even like black people, swore that Keanu or Keanu, whatever his name is, was fucking with the man. And I just like to say to Mr. Rodriguez, who gives two fucks what you think, Mr. Rodriguez, because your homeboy got his ass tore out the frame and almost got his eye knocked out of whack. Or out the socket, as they say. Ooh, talk about a moment in time. I know so many people wish they had been on that flight with him. Y'all got to go over there and see what's going on. Mr. Evans was on his flight from Philadelphia to Miami, minding his business, and this man here, Mr. Swarmer Man, or whatever his name is, started fucking with him, doing chants behind his back or whatever he was doing in front of him and behind him. He was in close proximity to Keanu. Keanu tried his best to keep his cool, but that goddamn Swarmer motherfucker kept picking. And in the words of my Uncle Darren that passed away, you keep picking it, I'm gonna give you a licking. And that's exactly what Keanu did. He tore this motherfucker ass out the frame. And well, when the flight landed, they arrested the chicken Swarmer Man or whatever his fucking name is. But wouldn't you know, the media goes with the narrative that Keanu was harassing the chicken Swarmer Man. Keanu has since posted videos from other people who were on the flight. 2 white women videotaped from their view what happened. The video I seen, Keanu was hitting that motherfucker where it hurts. So that's about all I saw. But now Keanu has other footage from other places, himself and other people, showing what a man who they arrested and charged was fucking with him. So I hope Keanu get him a lawyer and sue ABC, NBC, CBS, Disney, Netflix, Hulu, and anybody else who posts a video out of context. Good luck to you, Keanu. And on behalf of Black America, Uncle Darren, proud of you. Keep up the good work.
You got to be a different type of brave and super stupid to get on a plane and start a fight with somebody mid-flight. That's outrageous. Yo, and then not only do you start the fight, but then you get beat up. Oh, that's embarrassing. That is embarrassing, yo. How you start the fight and then get beat up on the plane in front of everybody. And everybody heard you sitting there popping smack. Like, you running your jibs, acting like you built for it, and then get smoked on man. It was funny. I liked it. I seen the video. I was watching it. I seen the dude with the dreads on top of him. I said, oh, he messed with the wrong one that day. Yo, the pictures look crazy. My man is lumped up, cuts all on his joint. Yeah, he probably should have stayed in his place. But you live to... Oh, he gonna put on... Nah, actually, I was gonna say he lived to fly again, but they gonna put him on a do not fly list now. He ain't never gonna be able to get on a plane again. That's crazy.
The way ABC News and Good Morning America tried to slander that black man after two girls on the Frontier airplane witnessed the black guy, and I forgot what race the other guy was, but them two was in a physical altercation on the plane. The two girls literally lied and said the black guy was the aggressor. Go figure. The black guy was the aggressor. So they literally slandering this man's name all over social media, all over the news stations, to only come to find out that the witnesses that were near the altercation, that heard what the other guy was telling the black guy, mind you, the black guy was minding his own damn business. The boy had his headphones on. He was looking out the window at the sunset. He didn't even hear some of the slurs that were being told to him from the man sitting behind him. So the girls who recorded the video, baby, all they saw was hands swinging and automatically assumed it was the black boy that started the fight. So I think that black boy, I forgot his name, y'all, please don't be mad with me, because y'all be so mad with me sometimes, but TikTok be attaching it to the search engine, so just click the search engine and see what I'm talking about, y'all. But yeah, I'll sue all of them. Good Morning America, ABC News, whoever had the story plastered around, making him out to be the villain. If I was him, I would sue them.
So yesterday I had brought y'all the video of the guys that was fighting on the Frontier flight. And y'all thought it was appropriate to be fighting in my comments. Watch your mouth, first of all, okay? Watch your mouth. Secondly, I found out who the gentleman was in the dreads because y'all came to my comment section and instead of acting like adults, you came very disrespectful and I disrespectfully cleared you. I don't expect to have that problem from you again. Will other people try me? I know they will. I know they will. And just like him, I will defend myself. The hands is great. All right? All right. Now, back to the importance of this actual video here. So, his name is Keanu, and he said that Good Morning America did not do a investigation into the information being provided to them. They just ran with it. I'm not a reporter. I'm running with what Good Morning America did, and that's on them. He corrected them. I'm not going to tell you the corrections that he made because what we are going to do, what we're going to do is be respectful and go over to that God-fearing man's profile and listen to him, okay? He did also say go to WSVN. That is the news channel that actually got the story from him, so you're going to hear it from his mouth. Now, he said he is receiving a lot of backlash because y'all don't know how to act clearly. But what you're not going to do is go over there and act ignorant, okay? You're going to go over there to that God-fearing man's profile and act like you got some respect, okay? He is God-fearing. I didn't tell you I was God-fearing. I will cuss you out, and I have, and I will continue to do so. We're not on the same time, okay? But you'll go over there and be respectful to him. You should be respectful to everybody, but go over there and be respectful to him. He will tell you how things actually happen because there was some mispositioning of information based on the way that the sisters who told the story heard it, saw it, all that jazz. He is giving a first-person account of the story. Do keep in mind, my information went up before his did because a reputable news company should have had it correct, and they did not. He does address that in his video. All right. Next time you get in somebody's comments, act like I'm standing in front of you, okay? You will not talk to me like that in front of me. I promise you, you won't. These comments got y'all God-fearing energy level up, and you think you can run some stuff. Talk to me how you would if I was standing in front of you. All right? I don't get talked to like that in front of me because I give energy like I will cuss you out because I will. That's what I did. But go over there and get the correct information from him. Go over there and be respectful and learn how to act. Let's do better.
Don't judge a situation until you know all of the details. I saw a viral video of a Frontier flight where a gentleman named Keanu Evans was in a fight with some other gentlemen. And of course, you run to the comments and everybody's saying how terrible that is. And they're indicting and making comments against Keanu Evans. But then if you just go and look up the story, you find out that Keanu Evans is not the one to be blamed here. The other gentleman was the one who was charged. He was making life-threatening threats against Keanu Evans. He tried to call for the attendant. The attendant was not attendant. And so the other gentleman was forehead to forehead with him, took him by the throat. He ended up practicing self-defense. So before you just go running to comments or making videos of your own and trying to make somebody look bad in a particular light, you should probably get all the details first.
Family, you had Keanu Evans explain the incident so well from the video that I just posted right there. All credits to Keanu Evans and all those creators who reacted to the same. I do not own copyright to those videos. So far, it is so sad. It is very sad that yet again another black person is going through an abuse. You know, many times in America, this is something that has been normalized. You know, black folks go through a lot of abuse, a lot of discrimination, but this one right here was really uncalled for. Keanu Evans, as he has just explained, he was minding his own business, enjoying the flight, catching up spectacular views of the sunset, you know, having his headphones on. And he notices that the two ladies sitting beside her were looking behind each and every time. They were looking behind each and every time. And he had a laugh, you know, from afar because he was listening to music on his headphones, you know. But the funny thing he notices as he removes his headphones to check what was happening in the back seat, he notices this guy of Indian descent. The guy proceeds to call him a weak man and start hurling abuse to him, you know, saying that he can beat him, you know, he can unalive him, you know, he was threatening him. So what Keanu Evans does is just wake up from his seat, go to the toilet. You know, once he used the toilet, he meets the flight attendants and explains to them what was happening. And the flight attendants make it known to him that they actually know what that guy was doing. You know, he was telling the flight attendants that maybe the guy is not of his sound mind, so they should see what they can do to handle the situation. When Keanu Evans went back to his seat, the guy proceeds to start abusing him. He tells him he's a weak man, he just came from the toilet, he just came from looking at himself in the mirror, and start threatening him, saying that he cannot fight him and that he can even unalive him. So Keanu Evans was surprised at the same. When he woke up to face him, you know, in the back, the guy proceeds to strangle him and starts choking him. But according to many media reports, on June 30th, they actually lied and said that Keanu Evans attacked the guy. They gave false information. Remember, this is an information against somebody who looks like me and you, against the black folk once again. And this has been a thing in America so much. Black people being disrespected, and they are actually when the incidences are reported, the black men are usually stereotyped as the wrong people, as the bad people in the case. So after he was strangled, he had only one thing to do, to retaliate for self-defense. Who knows what would have happened, you know, after the persistent strangling. Probably he could have gotten unalived, you know, he could have fainted, he could have lost his breath. So he decided to retaliate and he beat him up so badly. And immediately after they landed in Miami, they were arrested, and after proper investigations, they found out that the man, you know, with the Indian descent was the guy who was wrong. And most of these media publications, or actually false publications, it has always been against the guy that looks like me and you. And family, that is wrong and needs to change. That is another incident that I want to applaud Keanu Evans, because you ought to stand for yourself. Because I really want to understand, if he couldn't have retaliated, what would be the aftermath of the situation? Just a chill guy, minding his own business, flying from Philadelphia to Miami, then he gets to witness, or he gets to be a victim of a perpetrator who's trying to abuse people mid-flight. Family, let me know in the comment section down below what you think about this specific episode. What do you think about what Keanu Evans did? And how do you see this situation? Kindly like this video so that it can be recommended to other YouTube users, and I'll be very grateful. Lastly, do consider subscribing to the channel. We are currently on the road to 50,000 subscribers, and guys, I'd appreciate if you subscribe to the channel for amazing news across the globe. Thank you so much, and see you all in our next episode. Goodbye for now.